a new battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from the Superdome. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. He told us he wanted to have a big game running the football. He predicted well north of 100 yards. That's a heck of a start.
And we thought he was just blustering, right? We thought he was just kind of talking and trying to maybe talk himself into it. He knew something, and now that confidence is going sky high.
And they're already in plus territory. The Saints at 2-6 now on the year. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
58 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Operating from the gun. Bell. Down man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. What's good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Now Hall to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Lawrence. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Moore, the man in motion. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The drive starts with a completion, left side. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9. Touchdown! Michael Thomas with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Saints have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the intercept.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Throwing to start the drive. Bell.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
70 yards rushing now for Kamara. It's a first down.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Off play action. Bell, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. And that one makes it 14-7.
Next to score, Saints 14.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Through one quarter, 14-7. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bell. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Throw left side complete to Troutman. Touchdown, Saints! Adam Troutman, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's Williams to return. A 40-yard punt, giving 3 on the return, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 3rd down, Bell. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And the Jets will take over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Lawrence. There's Hall bringing in another one.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that brings up 3rd with a full 10 yards.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Open man is Denzel Mims.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Now Lawrence. Able to connect with Mims. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And there's a quick little completion.
Got the job done for a first down.
Back to the ground with Hall. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
The slot man in motion right.
On first down, right back to Hall.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that was the thing to beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Lawrence. Open man here is Conklin. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Lawrence's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. Now the Jets. Second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
The Saints 14-yard line.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Here's Lawrence to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. The coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Lawrence to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this 2nd half. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As they begin their 2nd half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the 2nd half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now, because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out some people.
That's a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Lawrence on first down. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Yeah, he'll find Hall. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll give to Hall. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence will set up the screen for Hall. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Straight ahead is Hall. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Lawrence will throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Moore, the man in motion. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spent all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on 3rd. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this this one is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. Now it's Kamara in the passing game, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Here's Berrios. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Hall. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Pete Werner. interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They run it again with Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
And his throw is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Lawrence. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4.
Here's Lawrence.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 30-yard line.
They'll go option to the short side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And here comes Berrios. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
That is caught by Mims. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throw over the middle. He's got Ruckert. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Again, it's Lawrence. And he's got it. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Jeremy Ruckert from a yard out. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
31, Jets, 17.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So it's a win here for the Saints. And it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles.